Is Prop 50 the most important proposition Californians have ever voted on? Well, they certainly want you to think that it is. So let's take a little journey, a little jaunt, a little adventure around Santa Cruz County here in the People's Republic of California and see what's going on. Here we got Yes on 50, paid for by the Monterey County Democratic Central Committee here in Santa Cruz County. Kind of interesting. This telephone pole wants you to vote no on 50. Hey look, this telephone pole's no on 50 as well. Can't even really hate on this one too much. I like the grassroots effort. Yes, 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 yes on Prop 50. Well, there you go, another nice grassroots one. I do think it's a little ironic that these are on Amazon boxes, but that is what it is. And look at that, another telephone pole that wants you to vote no on 50. That's 3 for 3, folks. All right, now that I've retreated to my secret lair in the woods, I can tell you all about Prop 50. All right, so based on those signs that you just saw, you might think that Prop 50 is the absolute most consequential, important election that we've ever had in California. It's the most important proposition ever. I mean, don't you want to defend democracy? Don't you support fair elections? Well, I don't. I'm not voting on Prop 50, not planning on it. As a matter of fact, I'm not planning on voting ever again in my life, at least not in a governmental way. So, what's the deal with Prop 50? What do I think about this? Well, I just think that it's ridiculous. And to me, it really just reeks of desperation, and it is a good case study for politics as a whole. So as you saw from those signs and the text that I've been getting from Gavin Newsom himself, the powers that be, whether they want you to vote no or yes on Prop 50, are trying to convince you that this is the most important prop ever, and you need to defend democracy. And even more hilarious is both sides basically say that you're defending democracy. You're either voting yes to protect fair elections, or you're voting no to protect fair elections and democracy. And if you actually look into what this bill is about, it's really more of a counter-gerrymandering bill. It's like, oh, Texas is doing gerrymandering, so California will do gerrymandering as well as, as a defensive counter-response to Texas's gerrymandering. How ridiculous. Just have some dignity in yourself, folks. You don't need to vote on this. And this is how politics is going. That's why I say this is a good case study. It only gets more desperate every cycle. Every new election is about defending democracy. Every new election the stakes have never been higher. You have to go vote. And really what it's doing, I've talked about this with my girlfriend before, and nobody's ever voting for anything positive. The system basically has to convince you to keep voting by scaring you or threatening you. If you don't vote, things are going to get worse. So, when was the last election somebody voted to actually try to have a net positive increase on the world? Most U.S. voters, they just vote because they're trying to prevent things from getting worse. So they're basically voting to minimize the negatives in their life, to minimize the problems in their life. Nobody's actually voting to make things better. And it's not a problem of who's in office. This is the whole political system as a whole, as a unit. It's always going to be about, oh, this election is more consequential than ever. You have to defend democracy. It's completely asinine. So that's why I'm saying I'm not voting on Prop 50. I think it's honestly a little insulting for someone to vote on such a ridiculous prop and then be told that I'm saving democracy. Are you kidding me? Now, in another video, I'll get into democracy. Personally, I don't think democracy is something worthy of being saved, at least not as a political institution. But that's a topic for another video. I'm not voting on Prop 50, and I would really encourage you to do the same because it's just a much simpler way to be. You don't have to let these political machines rule your mind. It's it's just have some, I'm sorry if this sounds crazy, just have some respect for yourself, The American voter is just so manipulated, so propagandized, and so enslaved by this system. It's like, just have some dignity, have some respect, Even just mailing in your thing, like, you could do something better with your time. Don't even waste 5 minutes to vote on a proposition. And don't even waste 10 minutes or 2 minutes or whatever it is to vote on anything. Stop voting. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let me know if you're planning on not voting on Prop 50, if you're a California resident. I'd love to see what you have to say. Thanks for watching.